Hi, it's Dan Lesniak, the founder of the Orange Line Living Team and broker at Optime Realty, which is also home to the Carrie Scholl team. In today's Ask the Real Estate Agent question, I am answering a topic that we've gotten from sellers before about what to do if an appraisal comes in low. So the situation would be that you're selling your home, you get an offer, they have an appraisal contingency, and then the appraisal comes in low. Well, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean your transaction's not going to go through. It just means you have some more work to do, perhaps. So the first thing to realize is that even if the appraisal comes in low and the buyer has an appraisal contingency, you do not have to drop the price. You have the option to hold firm. The buyer, of course, can get out of the contract, but we typically don't see that happen. So a couple different possibilities of how it could play out. One is if you hold firm, they might come up to that price and either get a different type of loan or pay the extra difference in cash. So that's one scenario. Another scenario is you can ask them to get a second appraisal or get an appraisal from a different bank. If it's VA or FHA, that won't work because the appraisal actually is attached to the house. But if it's not an FHA or VA loan, you can request that they get a different appraisal. They of course don't have to, but you can always ask, and it doesn't hurt to exhaust all options if that's going to save you some money. You can negotiate with them as well. So, let's say the appraisal comes in $10,000 too low. Well, by this time, the buyer is 2 to 3 weeks into the transaction. They're probably going to close in another 2 to 3 weeks. So they've already set things in motion, either with the sale of their home or their current lease, and so they're headed down the path to buying your home. They've got some attachment there. They already previously agreed to the price before the appraisal came in too low, so it's not likely that they would completely just walk away. So if it doesn't look like they're going to come up to the agreed upon sales price, there's always a way to negotiate somewhere in the middle, I think. So that's one possibility. Is you go back to them and say, look, I'm not going to come down 10,000. I'll come down 3,000 or 4,000, and see how much movement you can get there. So you should always attempt to negotiate if you're not comfortable going down to the appraised value. And you're going to have more leverage in this situation depending on how long your home was on the market and what kind of interest it had. So if your home had only been on the market for a week and you had other offers, then you're going to have more leverage over them. Another thing you can do that is more of a preventative strategy is, if your home is on the market for only a short amount of time, and you do have multiple interests and multiple offer, of course you'd want to try to get them to waive the appraisal up front. If you can't do that though, and the best offer that you pick is one that does have an appraisal contingency, it's a good idea to get one of the other offers as a backup offer. In that event, if the first contract falls out, the backup offer becomes the primary offer once you notify them of that. And that's going to give you, more leverage with your first buyer if the appraisal comes in low. So if you tell them, hey, I've got a backup offer, I know the appraisal came in low, but you're going to have to cover the difference. Well, you're going to have more leverage in that situation. And finally, if all else fails, you can always come down to the appraised value if that is something that best meets your need. But there are multiple different options, and that should be the last choice depending on your situation. So if you have any other questions on what to do in this situation, we'd love to help you out. And if you have any other questions for our next Ask the Agent segment, please let us know. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.